Hey friends, it's Elizabeth Hogan, Director of Gathering Kids. I've been thinking a lot about vulnerability and what that means for us as we enter into the Lenten season. Many of us have a pattern or a rhythm of either giving something up during Lent or welcoming in a new habit. Often it's to bring us closer to God and make space for God in our lives. And I think being able to identify something that we want to change about ourselves or something that's not working and admitting that takes a lot of vulnerability. You know, vulnerability is when we open ourselves up to being hurt, when we open ourselves up to being taken advantage of through our honesty. And one of the things that I have noticed in my life is when I am brave enough to be vulnerable about where I am and what I'm going through. Yeah, definitely. I'm opening myself up to judgment from others, but also over and above, I've noticed that I open myself up to connection with people and that people who are going through the same thing as me feel seen and heard and understood in a way that I really feel like brings us closer to God. One of the things that I've worked on as I have gone through being a single parent and going through my divorce is this idea that for me, asking for help is a spiritual practice. There have been times in my life, and I still struggle with this, where I just want to do it all myself. I think my default is to be really independent, but one of the places where I have found I need to be vulnerable to be a part of God's community is just to understand that I cannot do everything on my own, that I need to open myself up to allowing people to see what's really going on. And that God doesn't expect me to do everything by myself. God doesn't expect me to do everything alone. We are meant to be in community. We are meant to connect with each other. And, you know, honestly, I think we see the Holy Spirit really in a present way when we are able to be vulnerable with one another, when we are able to be honest with one another, and when we draw together and draw close in knowing that we are not alone.